Well, hello. Gonna come outside today to take a look at another flower bed that's kind of new. But it is this one right here. I started digging this out last winter. I only dug out this section, and then I threw a bunch of mulch on top of it. This other half, I didn't dig it out at all. Early this spring, I lined it, I edged it, but then I just threw a bunch of compost on top of it. And the little end here, where you can see it's kind of lower, I did dig that out. I grew a lot of this stuff from seed. Some of it is from bulbs like the iris, but we'll start here. Hopefully this will be all full by next year. I'm gonna grow some other plants from seed over the winter, and I will plant them all early next spring. But I grew these this summer. These are all bee balm, lemon bee balm, I should say. I was trying to keep the deer away from these, which are purple coneflower, but it didn't work. As you can see, they bit a little leaf off right there. I got some native columbine right there. This is an aster that just grew by itself from another aster in the yard. We got some golden Alexanders, little tiny one. I grew those from seed over the winter. I planted them because they're host plants for a swallowtail butterfly. I want my yard to just be like an enchanted garden with a bunch of bugs and butterflies, and I want it to be magical. This is a Stokes aster. It's not native to Ohio where I am, but it is native to the U.S. The bee balm as well. The lemon bee balm is not native to Ohio, but it is native to the U.S. We got some Russian sage. Definitely not native. It's leaning to the left there because there is a tree right here, a hickory tree. So if anybody says these plants don't tolerate juglone, that's a lie, because this hickory tree is full of it, and so is under here. As you can see, the squirrels have been going crazy, eating them and dropping them everywhere. I put some swamp milkweed amongst the Russian sage. Why? Because we want monarch butterflies everywhere. That's why. There's another little baby Stokes aster. Got some more golden Alexander. I planted these in the ground before I did those other little ones, but grew these from seed as well over the winter. Some more swamp milkweed. And these swamp milkweeds, I just got these. They grew by themselves in other parts of the yard from other swamp milkweed patches I had, and I just moved them over here. I read that they don't like to be moved and it's like impossible, but in my experience it worked every single time, so I'm gonna have to disagree with that theory. I got some rattlesnake master. I grew that from seed over the winter. I like how they have those prickly things. I don't expect the deer to eat those, or they're just gonna get stabbed in the throat. I don't think they'll like that very much, but I planted these amongst some tall bearded irises. The ones in the front are yellow. The ones in the back are like this beautiful wine color. We got some lance leaf Coreopsis. This one has some blooms. That one hasn't yet, but keep in mind, these plants that I grew from seed this past winter, I planted in this garden bed a lot later than the ones I planted in the hail strip over there. So I expect them to be smaller. I got some red oozy or dogwood. It's gonna be striking in the winter with these red stems up against the white snow. Can't wait. We got some flowers. I planted this year. We got some deer nibbles, but that's okay. As long as they don't kill it. We got some more milkweed, butterfly milkweed, the little orange flowered ones, so we can get some more monarchs. More lance leaf Coreopsis. More golden Alexanders. Ooh, look at that. There's a caterpillar for the swallowtail. That's the first one I've seen in real life. It looks like licorice. A race car licorice. Looks weird. But I'm glad. That means they're gonna come. Now I have a tulip tree in this yard, which also hosts swallowtails. And I'd never seen any before I moved in this house. They're gorgeous. Big yellow. I've seen some like the size of my hand. Got some blue-stemmed goldenrod right there. Also grew those from seed this past winter. Some peonies. They look a little crunchy and crispity, but that's okay. They're not dead. They're just crispity and crunchy. There's another one. I'm not going to plant these in the ground until I know what color both of these are. I know that one is coral, but I don't know what color that one is. We got some rose verbena. I got these from the almost dead section at Lowe's. Got like 6 of them, and they've come back to life. When they really get going, they'll have those purple flowers all over them. They work as a nice trailing plant in a pot or ground cover. They get like 4 feet wide and not tall, as you can see. But they're very, very pretty. And what's this? It's a 9 bark. Oh yeah. It's almost as tall as me. That's not saying a lot. I'm only 5'1", but that's okay. It's tall for a plant. It'll weep like a willow tree eventually and get a little wider. Well, a lot wider. It should be about 8 feet wide. So that is why I left all this space around it. Well, that's part of the reason. The other reason is this is new and I'm not done yet. I'm never going to be done. But these are the starting lineup so far. I got some pink muhly grass. I just planted that this year. I don't know if we'll have plumes on it this year, but we'll see. This will end up looking like a big thing of cotton candy, pink cotton candy in the yard. Got an evergreen here. This has been in a pot for like 2 or 3 years. I really need to make a decision if I want to plant this because I know it doesn't like being in here. Directly under the hickory tree, I got blue-stemmed goldenrod spaced out nicely all around the perimeter. I also have some Jacob's ladder that I grew from seed over the winter. We'll see how that does. I also threw in some bottle brush grass seeds randomly over here. Are any of these that? Who knows? But that is exactly why I'm not going to pull anything out. That is the one lesson I can give to people. Stop pulling stuff out. You might just kill something that you would have loved. I made that mistake when I first started gardening. We got some more golden Alexanders. And that's basically it. I'll be growing a bunch of plants from seed over the winter. And hopefully you'll check me back out and you can see how it comes out next year. Bye now.